Hey there, YouTubers. Thanks for tuning in. This is Dan Strong with Excel VBA is Fun. We had a question from a friend named Pete, and he said that he'd like to... I think we actually helped Pete with a user form a while back where he had two combo boxes. One was contingent upon the other. So if we selected the job type management occupations, let's say this list would fill in, and if we clicked on the one combo box and chose business and financial operations occupations, the other combo box would fill with this predefined list. But anyway, we had a follow-up question. What he's wanting to do, I'm going to show you his user form by hitting Alt F11 and just clicking the play button. Basically, he's got a drop-down list of states and professions, and these are like the headers, and when you choose the profession, this career thing will fill with whatever the particular list of management occupations is, and if we chose a different list, then it would fill the career list with a different amount of careers. So what he wants to do is fill the mean and the median, and fill these in, and I'm going to show him my quick fix to this. He had a function in there, I believe. Let's double check here. He doesn't have a change event on the career. The profession change does change the lists, and then that doesn't have one either, so we could just make one. He wants to maybe put it on the enter button. I was thinking we could put it on a change event for all three of these combo boxes if they were all filled out. We could certainly do it on the button for now, though. What we need to do is basically create what I want to do is just create a loop that very simply goes through each of these lines, and if the second column, and column B says Alabama, for example, if that's what the combo box says, if those are equal to column 2, or B is equal to whatever's in this combo box here, for the state, as well as the career is equal to and the career is equal to the column C, column 3, then we have a match, and we'll just take column 4 and 5, and we'll pop those in these particular boxes here. So TB state mean and TB state median would be column 4 and 5 respectively. So let's do that. Let's go back over to the button and create a loop. So we're going to declare the worksheet as a worksheet, and we're going to set up WS to be equal to the sheet that we're looping, which is this workbook.sheets, and we're going to say master. And we put that in quotes and we put parentheses around it. Again, it's this workbook.sheets, and put master in quotes within the parentheses there. Now that we're set up for WS to equal whatever we want, whenever we type WS and hit a period, all our options will come in a drop-down box. So how about we make a variable called WSLR, meaning the last row on the worksheet that we're working on, and that is going to equal to WS, the worksheet we're working on, .cells, and we're going to say rows.count, comma 1.end, using XL up, and we only want the row. That'll get us the last row. We create a simple loop right here, and we're going to say for X is equal to, starting with 2 all the way to the last row that we just determined, and of course next X is at the bottom so you don't get an error. And then within our loop, all we want to say is if this particular worksheet, and we're going to use the cells object, so if ws.cells using row X, which is a changing variable, if let's say row 2 at the beginning, comma, we want to analyze B, so you could say B, column B, or you could say simply 2, the number 2 is the number of the column. So if that stuff right there, if the state basically is equal to me, the user form, dot CMB, we don't have CMB. What's the name of that? Let's see, double click here. What is the name of the state combo box here? CB state. Okay, very good. So let's double click on our button again. So that if that particular cell in the current row that we're analyzing is equal to me.cb state, and really you might want to, well, I'll show you that in a moment. If that's true, and me.cb career is equal to the current worksheet.cells using x comma, we want to analyze 3, or you could put the column C in parentheses or quotes if you want it. Either way. Then, if all that junk is true, then we do this. And of course, put an end if at the end of your if-then statement. And in between that, we're basically saying, so if column 2, so if column 2 right here where the states are is equal to our combo box that we choose the state, and if the combo box that where we choose the career is equal to the current row but column 3, which is right here. So if this is Alabama and this is Alabama and this one's advertising promotion managers, if that's what we chose, then that's the current row that we need to concentrate on and get the column 4 and 5, or yeah. So if that's true, then me dot c what is it? Me dot, I forgot what he did there. Was it state mean? Me dot text box state mean equals the current worksheet using row X, the current row, and we're just going to use 4. That's the mean. And also me.tb state median equals ws.cells using row X, comma 5. And then of course we don't need to keep on looping through the rest of the thousands of whatever rows. We could just say exit sub at that point. Exit a little early once we find it. If we didn't find it, we keep looping and skipping over all this stuff. So let's go ahead and put a little stop marker right here, just make sure we're on track. So we'll go ahead and click that button, and then we'll see how that works out. I'm not going to fill in my name and all that stuff right now. Let's just go to Alabama, and you'll see that there's a reason why this won't work, but I'm going to show you how we can fix it. So let's do business and financial operations occupations. Let's just do a budget analyst, and I'm going to click enter. So it's already run up to this point. X is equal to 2, from 2 all the way to WSLR. I'm going to close Camtasia Studio. Once again, it's not letting me see my variables. There we go. So X is equal to 2 all the way to row 1193. That was our last row we got here. 1193. Okay. So we're on row 2 right now. Not much to write home about there. Actually, okay, yeah, that's alright. So it's actually more of a header. We might want to make that from 3 all the way to the end row. So let's do that. Let's make that change. And now we see that Alabama is in there. That's not equal to Alabama on there. Why is it different? Well, because on the worksheet that is a capital A. This does not in the combo box. So what we could do to fix that is we could make them both capital Alabama all the way through and through by using U case, uppercase of Alabama, and making this uppercase, whatever that may be, so that they would match. This uppercase, full uppercase Alabama, all uppercase, is equal to all uppercase of this Alabama. They're both equal now. So if you're just considering the characters and not the capitalizations, this is how you make them equal. So if this is equal to this, and the career budget analyst is equal to, on the worksheet we're on row 3, and it just says all occupations. So that's not equal. So hit F8, and now we go to X is now row 4. So is Alabama, yes, so that matches. But budget analyst, no. Let's go again. Budget analyst, no. No. So let's wait. Let's let Excel do the work now. I'm going to change my stop marker to this. Whenever this, it's only going to be touching this one if it ever is true, if all this is true. So if this is equal to this combo box, And this combo box for the career is equal to whatever is on that current row, row X, on column 3. So let's hit F5 and just wait until it stops. Okay, it stopped us on row 39. I'm cheating by looking at X here. 39 is way down there. Anyway, so Alabama is equal to Alabama, and the career that I have in my combo box is equal to row 39, column 3, budget analyst. So we have a match. So now let's take column 4 on the current row, 39, and we're going to pop that into our text box, TB state mean. And it looks like that amount is 72,760. Now if you wanted to make that a little prettier, you could format it as a dollar, and I'll show you that in a moment. Let's go ahead and hit F8, and once again F8, so that we populate those two text boxes here. One here, and one here. And exit sub, so hit F8. Now we have kind of what we wanted, and we can do that again, and do business operations, blah blah blah. We're not going to do a change event on that, so I'm going to hit delete. Yes, it's okay. Let's do that again, Alabama. Blah blah blah. Let's do business operations specialist and click enter. Alright, so now it looks like we found that on row 37. And what I want to show you here, let's backtrack. I'm going to put my little pointer right here. We're going to use, you can either use the application.worksheet function.text, as if you're on a worksheet doing equals text and using that, or you can use the format, which is defaulted to Excel VBA. It's pretty much the same stuff, only you don't have to type application.worksheet function.text. You can just type format and put your parentheses and all that, comma, and here's how we want to format it. Let's format it as a $sign and number, comma, number 0, because it has to be something in the ones place, dot 0, 0. We have to have 2 decimal places is what we're telling them. And the 0 solidifies that, and end quote. And now we've got our formula all good and ready to go, so in parentheses. And let's do that $sign formatting as well to this. Again, you could use application.worksheet function.dollar, use the dollar function. So let's show you how to do it that way as well. Let's see here. Application.worksheet function.dollar, open parentheses, comma, 2 decimal places, please, in parentheses. So now we have our function that way as well. So either way it'll work just fine. Let's format that. Hit F8. 74,460 is the state mean for Alabama for this job, and the state median is $71,100. Either way, it formats it as a nice pretty dollar amount. So now that we've got that, let's go ahead and do a few more, a little quicker this time. Let's click on credit analysts and hit enter. Oh, I'm going to hit F5. I don't want to stop anymore. So credit analysts, a little bit less. Let's go ahead and hit the down arrow button. Financial analyst, hit enter. So you see that our form updates. Now what it's functional, and I do like that. What I don't like is that you have to click the enter button. So what I'd like to propose is that we have something that if this is changed, or if this is changed, or if this is changed, it runs that macro. So let's go ahead and do a little digging here. I'm going to, this is totally not necessary. If you like to just click an enter button, that's really not a big deal. I just like for everything to be automatic because I'm lazy. So let's do that. Let's double click on the enter button, and I'm going to leave that there in case he wants it there. But what I would like to do is take all the good stuff that we found here, and I want to create its own sub, its own procedure, if you will, and we'll call that get numbers, or get financials. If I could type get financials. So let's start it off by on error, resume, next. That saves me the trouble of saying if this one's blank, then give this error, you didn't fill in the state, or if this one is blank, then give this error. I'm just going to say, hey, if they don't have it all filled out, keep on trucking, and I don't care. Now, if you want to care, if you want to do a little bit more, you should be able to do that. You should do that. Here's what I'm going to do. This new procedure called Get Financials, we know that that works. We just did all that stuff by clicking the Submit button. But now we're going to redirect those 3 combo boxes to run this new procedure in its own little procedure bubble here every time they are changed. So let's go back to those 3 buttons. Double click on this one. So whenever the CB, the state, is changed, the change event, we're going to call the macro called Get Financials. And that will make it run each time that it's changed. Also, whenever this one is changed, I guess after all that's done, at the very tail end we'll call Get Financials. Finally, whenever career is changed, we're going to call the function or the sub Get Financials. You see where I'm going with this? All we're doing is calling a procedure we copied and pasted into its own little procedure that we can call upon from either of these. So whenever it's ready, it won't give an error. When it's not ready, it's just going to act like everything's fine. Alabama. Let's do business management occupations again. And just like we did in the beginning, let's go to business and financial operations occupations. I want to see budget analyst. So as soon as I hit this, ideally, it's going to go boom, and the yearly mean and the yearly median should fill out automatically. So boom, and sure enough, they did. Now if I hit the down and up arrows, it automatically runs that macro. So if I change this, it really won't do anything. It might clear this one out, it might not, but it's going to change that list, so these won't match up. Legal occupations, okay, it clears that out. So nothing changed. You may put a thing that says if the error dot number, if ERR dot number is not equal to 0, meaning if there is an error, instead of when the error is equal to 0, there's no error. So if ERR dot number, I think, is not equal to 0, then blank out these. So if there is an error, in fact it may not be an error because it's not a VLOOKUP. Anyway, there's a way to do at the tail end of the loop. If it hasn't found anything and exited the sub a little early, then to blank out these. In fact, I'll just show you. Anyway, I'm gonna hit the down arrow. Down, 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 up, 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 up. Looks like just scrolling around, we can easily determine that magistrate judges, and magistrates make some good money. Lawyers also, but that's kind of duh. Legal occupations, yeah, that's pretty sweet, yeah. Cool. So these are just means for the state of Alabama. But anyway, let's go ahead and show you what I was talking about. We'll go ahead and do our due diligence here. Let's go to the Get Financials right here. So instead of on error, well, we can leave on error resume next, but that will allow this to proceed past an error instead of alerting and saying debug or whatever. We can move past it, and we can analyze it. Oh no, take that back. There isn't going to be an error, but leave it there anyway. Who cares? So at the very end, so see, if we ever have a match, you see that we're filling in the financial data to these 2 text boxes, and then we're exiting the sub. So we never actually keep on looping until we made all 1,000 whatever numbers. We just exit at that point, so it doesn't have to waste any extra time or CPU power. So, but if there's never a match, let's say you change that one and it changed everything and blanked out that one thing, combo box, then it's going to keep looping to the very end, desperately seeking to find a match for the state and the career. Oh no, I can't find it. Well, if that ever happens, if no match, this is just my notes, blank financials. So what we're going to do is, if we ever got to this point and we did not exit the sub prematurely because we found the answers, if we got to this point, we can blank them out. So let's just copy this line and copy this line, Control C, Control V, Shift Tab, Shift Tab. So this one is going to be equal to blank, which is double quotes. This is also equal to double quotes. So we're blanking them both out if there's no match. So now we can show an example of that. A for Alabama, tab, education, sure. Down arrow, down arrow, down, 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 down. Now, if I change this, it's going to blank this one out, which means there will not be a match. So what do we do with that? Let's choose that, and now it's blank these out, so you don't see any misguiding information. Boom. Down, 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 down. Down, 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 down. Up, up, up. Down, 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 down. Up, down, 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 down. Up, 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 up. Ooh, hello, dentists. Nice. Everybody go out and become a dentist. Alright, anyways, thank you for watching, and God bless.